Hi, this is WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. It's my favorite time of year where I get to call all the All-Star starters to let them know the great news. First up, Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces. It's Kathy Engelbert, WNBA Commissioner. How are you?
Hey Kathy, it's Asia and the team.
8-time All-Star, 7-time starter, our reigning MVP, Asia Wilson, All-Star starter. Congratulations. All right, great. Well, I'm calling with some good news today. We have multiple starters for the Indiana Fever in the 2026 All-Star Game. Congratulations first to Leah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark,
There we go. Is there anybody else, though, that you say, oh, man, I would love to have seen them be a starter?
So I do wonder if there should have been some representation, out of Atlanta. Whether you want to go with the league's leading rebounder and Angel Reese, you got Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, who both are averaging about 18 points this year. That is the team sitting atop the Eastern Conference standings, and so I kind of think they could have gotten some representation. But Hannah, you know how this goes. If you're gonna add somebody, you got to take somebody off. And I, right now, am not jumping up and down about taking anybody off of this starters list. I do believe Atlanta will be represented in the overall All-Star title this year, but of course, this is just the first 10.
Welcome everybody to the Sports Culture, all things sports. It's Jay Banfo, and we got to talk about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. But before we get into that, like, comment, share, subscribe, and thanks for your support. So the 2026 WNBA All-Star starters were announced the other day, and Aaliyah Boston, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Natasha Howard, Olivia Miles, Kelsey Mitchell, Jessica Shepard, Brianna Stewart, Gabby Williams, and Asia Wilson were all named starters. So the WNBA uses a system in which players, fans, and media all rank the players, and there is a weighted score. Now, one team that had no players named starters for the WNBA All-Star Game was the Atlanta Dream. Now, prior to this 4-game losing streak, it would have been expected for at least one of the players to be named starter, but that didn't happen. And with that, Angel Reese let it be known that she was frustrated by the outcome. Now, for the record, I believe there will be Dream players playing in the All-Star Game. It's just they won't be starting. Angel Reese spoke up for her teammates Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray after the Dream lost to the Washington Mystics yesterday. Angel Reese stated, "I expect to be disrespected. For those two though, I think they work so hard and they put a lot of work in, and the way they're guarded every game, and they have to adjust. The reason why we're where we are is because of those two. For us not to have anyone was just a slap in the face, but they're not going to say anything. I am. Congrats to the ones that were nominated. They were well deserved. But it's a very big shocker to see that none of us were starters, especially where we are as a team in the league. I'm sure we're still going to be all-stars. I have no doubt in my mind we still will be. But I think it is important to note that none of us were starters on a team that has had so much success this year." Now, first of all, I respect Angel Reese for speaking up for her teammates. Even though I disagree with the so-called disrespect, it's good to see she will always have her teammates back. That shows great leadership. However, Angel Reese pointed this out, but the fans should have done more in regards to voting for the players. Like I said earlier, it's based off of the media, players, and fans. Now, if you look at the Atlanta Dream votes by the fans, there's a huge gap. The talent pool for the All-Star Game is always deep, so it didn't surprise me. Snubs happen all the time, so in my opinion, it's not that big of a deal. Now, what is a big deal is the players voting when it came down to Caitlin Clark. At this point, we all know most WNBA players dislike Caitlin Clark for a variety of reasons. This voting system is just more proof that the league does not like Caitlin Clark. So when it came to fan voting, Caitlin Clark finished second. When it came to media voting, Caitlin finished third. But, and this is the crazy part, when it came down to the players voting, they ranked Caitlin Clark as the 11th best guard in the WNBA. Not the 11th best player, but the 11th best guard in the WNBA. Now, you want to talk about disrespect? That is extremely disrespectful. Caitlin Clark is no worse than a third best guard in the WNBA. That's just a fact. It's just sad that she has done so much for the WNBA, but the players continue to dismiss her all the time. Honestly, I'm tired of it, and I know Caitlin Clark is tired of it. But she knows she can't say anything. The league would turn on her even more if she starts complaining. But I know my opinion is not the end all be all, so y'all let me know in the comments. Should there have been a starter for the Atlanta Dream in the All-Star game, or were the players who were selected the correct choice? Now, with that being said, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.